It's a wave that Mr. Quickie, oh yeah.
My grandson turned 3 earlier this month, and I know what you're thinking. How could a 38-year-old man possibly have a grandchild? That just doesn't seem plausible, does it? Well, let's just say I was getting busy pretty early on. But that's not the point. I know all grandparents say this, but my boy is really amazing. My little girl was amazing too, still is. Last year, my daughter and her family moved to Texas. Yes, Texas, I know. But before that, I used to take care of my grandson every Monday from 6 months on. That was all the way back when I was in my mid-30s. But boy, I'm just realizing my 40th birthday is going to be really tough. But I digress. My grandson is very much like my daughter, who is genuinely the best person I have ever known. He's sweet, just like her. He was like that right out of the gate. When you see something like that kind of thing, so young, you realize that we're all born with inclinations of which we had absolutely no say, right down to what foods we like and whether we're prone to being more social or would rather just be left alone. All kinds of things like that. In life, we have people to guide us when our natural inclinations are such that we're going to burden ourselves with behaviors that hold us back in the world at large. Some of us need very little instruction. We figure things out as we go, while some of us need almost constant supervision. Regardless, though, most of us settle in and learn that the world was not made for us, that there are other people on the planet who deserve our respect and consideration. Then there are those of us who needed all kinds of supervision, correction, guidance, etc., and just never got it. These people act in ways we would never tolerate amongst those closest to us, our friends, coworkers, family members, or even people we run into at the grocery store. In some cases, these people behave in ways we wouldn't even tolerate from a 3-year-old. If my grandson, for instance, was just constantly lying almost every time he opened his mouth, he'd be getting corrected by me, by his mother, by his father, other grandparents, etc. None of us would tolerate that behavior. If he made up stories about the other kids on our block, taking the neighborhood cats and dogs and grilling them up for dinner without any evidence whatsoever, he'd be getting some serious correction. If I took my grandson to the mall and he just started grabbing women by their genitals, you can bet your bladder he'd be in some seriously hot water. And I'm not talking about bath time. Even if he mistakenly thought his youth, good looks, and charming personality gave him that right, there would be absolutely no Daniel Tiger for a week, maybe more. And he'd have to apologize to all the women whose felines he grabbed. If my 3-year-old grandson started name-calling the other kids on the block, and I'm talking about names that are just not very nice, poopy heads and nose pickers, rapists, murderers, that kind of thing, there would be serious consequences. If he talked about executing another kid for disloyalty or using the military to go after the kids in the neighborhood who don't like him, that's it. No milk and cookies for, I don't know, maybe 2 days minimum. If my 3-year-old grandson told a bunch of lies that riled up some other kids in the neighborhood who then went and broke into the homes of kids on the next block, and then they beat the hell out of those kids living there who were just trying to keep those kids from breaking in, and I found out that he watched all of this go on for 3 hours while he had all the power to stop it, boy, he wouldn't be playing with Buzz or Woody for maybe a month, 2 months, maybe more. Now, I might be all alone on this one. I know I sometimes have opinions which are not broadly embraced or shared by others, but boy, my feeling is if you wouldn't tolerate something from a 3-year-old, you probably shouldn't tolerate it from a presidential candidate, a former president, or even a popular TV celebrity. But that's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time, I'm me. Thanks for watching.